Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. So first off, I had to do a quick recap of this Colorado USC game. And normally I don't jump on here this fast to do the recap, but I'm sick to my stomach right now because YouTube pretty much ran down on everybody who was streaming the game. And as we were streaming the game, I was watching it over at my man Flight Sports channel. Flight, I hope everything cool over there. Truthfully, I was streaming on one channel and watching it in the chat on the Flight Sports because that's one of the best places to get some discussion for sports. When all of the you watching the chat just crazy, but Flight had it going. And so I'm over there, and it was so crazy, man, because everybody and their mama was hating. Ugh. I'm talking about the beginning of this game, 14 zip, 50 ball. The 34-14. It finna get ugly. 50 ball. Arizona. They played this team. They finna do this. Man, and like I said, I'm not one to say, boy, look at the moral victor. But come on now. From what we saw last week from this Colorado team versus Oregon to what we seen today versus this USC team, who is yet to see which one of those two teams is the best. But what we've seen is that if this Colorado team get the thing together, they could put some stuff here. You look at Shador, 5 touchdowns on the day, 4 passing, 1 rushing. I said after last game that in order for them to get that offense going versus good teams, Shador had to insert himself in the rush game. And he did that this week. 14 rushes, 50 yards. I don't know if that's adjusted for sacks or whatever, but with a longer 25. It is in college football today, especially when you're in that spread offense. If teams know that your quarterback is not a threat, they just put as many DBs back there and they just send the offensive line, right? And so what happens is a lot of people think that this Colorado offensive line is just trash bag. And I don't think it's simply that, because literally when you're watching, Shador sometimes has 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds of him holding the ball and nobody's open before he gets sacked. That's pretty solid for an O-line. Now you can look at Caleb Williams at times and he got damn near 10 seconds and then he buying some extra time out of the pocket. But if you can look at this little the plays here in this corner. And you see a lot of times when you're moving the offense, the ball's coming out pretty damn fast. And so that's what you want to, that's the type of tempo that you want to be in. We saw some solid plays. My man here, Omarion Miller, 7 catches, 196 yards, came off the bench, showed his ASS today. Freshman stepped up big. We saw Camarnie McClain on the defensive end stepped up big. I don't even know if Camarnie actually got the start, but he pretty much played the majority of the game. And so shout out to him. But man, I know for a fact that it's a lot of Colorado haters right now. And I hate to call people haters, you know what I'm saying? But I know that there are just folks who just look at this team and can't see the positive, right? It's folks who look at this game here and say, okay, the score is 48-41, but in the first half, y'all was losing pretty bad. Not realizing that if you invert look, let me pull this back up here. Look at the game is 4 quarters, all right? The first quarter, USC is 14 to 0. The second quarter, 21-14. You get the halftime. USC wins the third quarter by 1 point. And then Colorado wins the fourth quarter 14 to zip. Colorado now, in that fourth quarter, you got to do much better. You got to do better controlling the play, controlling the clock management, running the ball, all of that stuff. I watched the post-game press conference, and Shador was saying that he was slowing it down because he felt like everybody on the field didn't know the play, so he just had to call a play that they could run and continue to get some positive yards. Now, for me, I think that That is one of the things that I feel like is Achilles heel for Shador Sanders. Is sometimes you have those guys, they do this in the NBA, all right, where you're so worried about your shooting percentage that when the buzzer, you know how let's say the end of the half is coming, and most guys gonna get it and they shoot the three ball just to see if they can get an extra 3 points before the end of the half, right? But you have certain guys who's so concerned with the 3-point percentage that they just hold the ball or they just pass it over to somebody. They even the opportunity to get an extra point and hit a buzzer beater, they don't want it because of the percentage. And sometimes I think that's what happens to Shador is instead of throwing the ball and potentially throwing an errant pass or an interception, he take a sack. Hold it, and just tuck it. And then just because I don't want to turn it over. Towards the end of the game there, the play isn't right. I'm not sure what's going on. So instead of doing something and making a incomplete pass or a negative play, because actually it's more beneficial for you at that time to take the snap and get an incomplete pass than it is for you to hand it off and get a 1 yard gain and lose 30 seconds. After the post game, he was talking about maybe that's something that he needs to learn more and be more insightful on, but and which is true. But that was one of the things that really hurt them. But what I was saying is, I know that there's a lot of haters, Colorado haters, Coach Prime haters, whatever you want to call it, who could not see the positive moves that this team had been making throughout this game when it was at halftime 34-14. Folks couldn't see it. And I know that they struggling right now to be able to say 48-41. That was a close game. It looked pretty solid. What they gonna focus on is, but the clock management. This a bad, bro. You right. Let them get that together. I said it last week. Shador has to run the ball more. He got that together this week, and they look better on offense. Get the clock management together next week, and they gonna look better as a team. Little small things. Special teams, defense came together today. Missing Big Shiloh Sanders, missing Travis Hunter over there. When they get out here, and now you can go nickel with I can't think of his name offhand right now. The corner, let me see. I think Amari Cooper, and then Kamarni, and then Kamarni, and Kamarni, and then Shiloh, and then Travis Hunter. Well, they could put all of them dogs out there and have that rotation popping. It's gonna be trouble, man. Shemaine, man, AB the Hero, I'm getting up out of here. But what a game, man. And I'm not one for the moral victories, but this Colorado team just secured one in my book. It's your main man, AB the Hero. We out.